Welcome everybody to Training Made in Germany and to our online event, VET on the Move, Technical Terminology for Healthcare Professionals from India. Our moderator today will be Elke Demchuk. I am Sylvia Niedig, Regional Manager for South Asia here at iMOVE, and I am so happy that you are all with us today to explore training provisions of German training providers. Our organization, iMOVE, is the networking platform for German companies which offer vocational education and further training and for their international partners. Exactly 20 years ago, iMOVE was established by the German Federal Ministry of Education and Research and is part of the Federal Institute for Vocational Education and Training. This online event today is the third of its kind with live pitches by 4 German training providers. In order to introduce you to our specific topic today, I would now like to hand over to our co-hosting organization, the Indo-German Chamber of Commerce in Pune. With us today is Ms. Sapna Bosley, Senior Consultant for the program ProRecognition at the IGCC. Ms. Bosley, thank you very much for being with us today, and the floor is yours.
No, you're muted.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Thank you very much. I'm very excited about today's program, and I can see there's already a lot of attendees. Hopefully more will join in some time. I will very quickly just talk a little bit about ProRecognition. I'm sure many people already can see. Yes, I hope everyone can see my screen.
Just go ahead.
Yes, so ProRecognition is a project by the Indo-German Chamber of Commerce, and we have a presence in 10 countries where we basically work as an information service and guide working professionals who want to work in Germany. Today, of course, we are here to support iMOVE with this joint webinar, and aside from conducting webinars such as these, we also support and basically everything that they need to know about working in Germany. So for medical professionals, this also means that we would guide them on the recognition process, including connecting them with the ZSBA when they want to apply for the recognition, and we would give them hands-on assistance about everything they need to know about working in Germany. So we have just a little bit of contact information here because today's prime motive is for everybody else to know about the learning, about the language providers. So I'm not going to take much more time, but the contact details are here on the screen. So for those of you who have never approached ProRecognition or do not know that this project exists in India, do reach out to us for a consultation. All our services are completely free of cost because it is sponsored by the Federal Ministry for Education and Research. So do reach out to us and we'll be happy to guide you along the entire process. Now back to you, Elke.
Okay, thank you very much, Sapni. My name is Elke Demchuk, and I will be the moderator of this today's event, together with my colleague Arunachalam Kartikeyan, who is the head of our iMOVE office in India. Hello, Kartik. And I would also like to introduce my colleague Peter Pfaffe, who will take care of the technical aspects of today's event. Hello, Peter, as well. So thank you, Sylvia, Sapna, Kartik, and thank you, Peter, for being here with us today. Today, we are going to see and hear presentations of 4 German training providers who all offer trainings in technical terminology for healthcare professionals. In 10-minute pitches, the panelists will present their language training offer for Indian academic professionals from the healthcare sector striving to get employed in Germany. After each presentation, there will be a 5-minute slot for questions. I will be the timekeeper and friendly remind the panelists when the presentation comes to an end. Here are some technical remarks for the audience. Your microphones and your cameras have been switched off and will remain so during the whole event, so you can concentrate completely on the presentations. If you would like to pose a question to one of the panelists, please expand the category questions. You can see it here now on the screen. On the right-hand side of your screen, by clicking on the category header, write your question in the text box. Send your question to us and we will pose it right after each presentation. And if you want to contact our panelists directly, please also send your request for contact details via questions. As we allow only 5 minutes for questions after each of the presentations, we might not be able to pose every question right away, but we will inform each individual panelist about the questions so that he or she can come back to you with the answers later on. Before the presentation starts, we would like to conduct a short survey with only 2 questions and kindly ask you to answer these. The first question is, what kind of language training is mainly necessary or imperative for you? Multiple entries are permitted. So the first answer would be medical German language courses. The second, preparation courses for the language exam, which is the Fachprüfung. Further German language training up to C1 level. And the fourth, know-how on application processes, such as a visa, a job, and more of these informations. Okay, so please give us your answer and we will show you the results right after this short survey. And we do have a second question. Can we get the second question as well?
Yes, we can get that in a minute, Elke. Participants are still busy responding to our first questions here.
Okay, good. So yeah, I can't see it on my screen. So as I said before, so multiple entries are permitted, and this is just for us to know where are you in the whole process of getting prepared to apply for a job in Germany and hopefully get employment here in Germany. Good. So Peter, you will tell me when we can get the second get the second question.
Yes, absolutely, Elke. And I'm happy to share some preliminary results with you at this stage already. It seems like 80% of our participants have casted their votes. And in fact, more than half, 51% said that preparation courses for the language exam, which is the answer number 2, is clearly what they are looking for, whereas 24% are talking about medical German language courses in generally. 19% say that they would like to know more about application processes, and 5% claim that further language training up to the C1 level is what they would be mainly interested in. And having said all of that, I will now carry on with the second question, which you might want to read out for our participants here, Elke.
Yeah. So the next question is, at which stage of the application process for the medical license are you right now? So the first answer would be, I haven't applied yet. I'm still gathering information. The second would be, I've applied for license, but haven't received the statement of deficit. And the third answer would be, I've received the statement of deficit already. So please make your choice.
And here we also see our participants eagerly casting their votes. Thank you very much for your participation. This is going really well. At this stage, we have almost 60 participants connected to our seminar, which makes me quite happy, as our seminar series is obviously hitting the interest of our participants. So far, close to 70% have casted their vote, and I can already see a clear trend that more than 75% so far are saying that they haven't applied up to this point, and they're still in the process of gathering information. 15% say that they have actually applied for the license, but so far have not received the statement of deficit. And whereas another 15% are saying that they have received the statement of deficit already. So we have also a very clear results table here with those who have not been able to apply or who have not yet applied clearly in the lead. And the other two options are sort of equally shared among our participants, Elke.
Perfect. Good. So shall we proceed?
Yes, I think we should.
Good. Yeah. So now I would like to introduce today's panelists and have them present a training offer regarding medical German language courses for Indian professionals. So we do have 4 panelists. The first will be Mrs. Rita Pauls from Berlitz. The second one, Mr. Andreas Schmidt from BFZ International. The third one, Mr. Geddes from Eurasia Institute, Germany. And the fourth, Mrs. Schmidt from Sprachzentrale Leipzig. We will start with Mrs. Rita Pauls, who is the Director for Placement of International Professionals at Berlitz. And Berlitz is a global education service provider with a wide range of language courses and learning formats for private clients as well as for companies. These comprise sector-specific as well as prep language programs for examinations. The preparation of medical skilled personnel for taking up occupation in Germany is a growing business area, and Berlitz is cooperating with hospitals and clinics in that field. So, welcome, Mrs. Pauls, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. And I first of all would like to thank iMOVE for this wonderful invitation, and I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to present to you today. So I hope you can all see my screen, and can I just get a little feedback if you can see my screen very clearly now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you for the introduction, Ms. Demchuk, as well. My name is Rita Pauls. I'm located here at Berlitz in our Frankfurt International Headquarters. This is the headquarters for complete Europe. And as Ms. Demchuk said, I am responsible for the recruiting and for the placement of professionals in German clinics also, and also to help them learn German, which is of course our main topic today. So my little agenda has 3 points. First of all, I would like to talk about the background, how you would like to learn with Berlitz, then introduce some trainings formats, and then finally we have 5 minutes for a Q&A session. So what do we do at Berlitz? Our proven track record means that we have an experience of over 140 years in language training. We delivered language training to B2B and B2C customers worldwide. In Germany, which is our second largest operation worldwide, we are very much focused, of course, on delivering German language training for professionals all over the world. So internationally, Berlitz has more than 10,000 employees. And as I said before, in Germany, we are very much focused on the German language training, also on delivering language training, which is sponsored by the government once you are in Germany, because Germany is ISO certified. Our global presence covers more than almost 500 locations in 70 countries. As you can see, these are our physical locations all over the world where we deliver instruction physically, but needless to say that we cover the world completely with our virtual instruction. So what is our methodology? So the methodology is very important for learning. First of all, the foundations of our product strategies are very effective, fast, flexible, and practical. This means the Berlitz method is a very intense and goal-oriented learning technique and characterized by very practical and fast learning. The goal here is to develop your individual speaking skills by listening, reading, repeating, and practicing. So we do not focus from the very beginning on grammar. The grammar focus will come later when we prepare for official exams. So it's like learning your mother tongue in a very natural way. This will enable you to speak faster and yes, develop a very natural way of speaking. We allow for very flexible training formats, and I will come to that in a very minute. In addition to the language training, we always offer intercultural training and business skills, because moving to Germany or to any other country in the world also involves a large expertise and also a large know-how about the country, about the behavior, and about, yes, the overall structure of the country as well. So let me move on. Somehow it's so on now to the next one. I would like to introduce to you now the 3 types of our language programs which we would be able to offer you. First, we offer private instruction in the locations in person, but here, since the audience here is spread most likely all over India, we recommend the live online training, either in private instruction or in group instruction, also combined with a self-study, with the self-study program, which I will also introduce to you very soon. So to position the various training formats here, let's start with the self-study, then move to the group and the private. And as you can see here, the self-study instruction for self-paced, it's your own motivation is very important, since your self-paced or your own the time you will spend in self-study is rather long, and the speaking time is lower. This is the blue part here. In the group, of course, you will have a much higher speaking part. And in the end, let me take this away here. I think you will see this now. In the private instruction, you have a much higher speaking time than in the self-study. So the next one. So for the private online instruction, we do this in the virtual classroom, and it's independent of the location. You can train or you can learn anywhere your language. It's usually very personalized content, also for the terminology, but also according to your own pace. In the group instruction, we usually offer small groups of 7 to 10 participants. You learn together also in very intense courses with other participants, whereas we still try to focus on your individual needs. We recommend to complement all learning with self-study technology, and here we offer the Cyber Teachers program, which is an individual Berlitz learning platform where you have the choice of classic, coach, or live formats. The classic version offers you e-lessons, an individualized learning path depending on your knowledge. You do an individual audit, and then you get the e-lessons. The coach offers you some additional help, and the live classroom also offers you additional live sessions at certain points of times. So this is an impression of the e-learning Cyber Teachers live platform, which we recommend to combine with the language training, either in the individual live online classroom or in the group online classroom. Most likely you are very familiar with the CEF level, the Berlitz, the Common European Framework level. And as you can see here, we offer the language training throughout all the levels, and you can also enter your language training in all the levels. Finally, I would like to give you a brief overview of the modular training concept for the healthcare professionals. So we recommend to start developing your language skills in India. We usually start by an assessment in order to place you into the courses, either an online or an oral or online or oral placement. Then you can, as I said before, start your instruction in A1, A2 or B1 or even B2 levels if you are that far already. And you can also choose the technical terminology. We usually recommend this as later level because in the A levels we recommend to first lay the foundation of the language so that you develop, next to passing the exams, also very good speaking capabilities. When you come to Germany, we recommend to continue your training. We do again a language assessment, focus fully on the learning on the technical terminology, and also, as I mentioned before, we are authorized to teach in Germany also government subsidized programs and to benefit from these subsidized programs. And as we had in the poll earlier, some of you also would like to have a preparation for special language exams, also for doctors. This is what we offer as well in our individual live online courses. So I think the 10 minutes are almost over now. I would like to thank you for listening to me and go to the questions.
So I would like now to hand over to my colleague Kartik. Are there any questions to Mrs. Pauls from the audience?
So far, thank you, Elke. I think so far there is there are no questions. But yeah, I think one or two questions are now popping up. And one of the first questions what I have received is, what are the fees for these preparatory courses? fee structure for these preparatory courses, and are your courses government funded as well? Probably after you answer this, I can take the other questions.
Yes, so the fee structure is of course a very important question, and it depends on the training format. Since I introduced the 3 training formats to you, the private instruction, the group instruction, or the self-paced instruction, the fees vary completely. So I recommend, and it also depends on your level, the language level you already have. If you would like to inquire individually, I think we will be able to give you an offer, a very concrete offer, also on the fees. And as you will also have my contact details later, please feel free to ask about the fees, and we will give you an individual, individual advisory session. Regarding the second question, the government-sponsored courses, yes, as I said before, government-sponsored courses are possible, but only once you have a residence in Germany. So in order to benefit from the both instruments I just mentioned, the DOIFEF or AZAV, these are the technical terms for these government-sponsored courses. You need to be located in Germany, but then we can offer you these courses.
Okay, thank you. And there are a couple of questions related to the duration of each level of training. Can you please tell the participants?
Yes, absolutely. Also a very important question. Normally, the duration is also measured according to units. 1 unit is 45 minutes. And we usually say, as we are structured with the Common European Framework, we usually say in private instruction, you would need for one level at least 50 units, 1 Berlitz level. So you see, we have 10 Berlitz levels, so 50 units, and in the group even 80 units. So the duration depends on whether you have a full-time instruction, meaning like more than 4 or 5 units a day, or whether you do it in part-time. But usually it takes at least to complete 1 level, it takes at least in also very intensive instruction about 2 to 3 weeks. So not taking into account the preparation for the Goethe or TELC B1 or B2 exams.
Thank you. There is one question, probably this will be the last one, and they ask that I live in India, and will I be in a position to enroll for a sponsored course?
When you still reside in India, you will not be eligible for a government-sponsored course, German course, according to the 2 instruments I mentioned. So this is you can only benefit from these government-subsidized courses once you reside in Germany.
Thank you. I think we are through with all the questions. Over to you, Elke, and thank you, Ms. Rita Pols.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for the questions, and thank you for the answer as well. So let's have our next panelist, which is Mr. Geddes from the Eurasia Institute. Mr. Geddes is the founder of this institute, and Eurasia prepares international specialists for their employment in Germany with a special career pathway program for medical doctors aiming at specializing in various medical fields. Special language and communication training is offered. The program is carried out in cooperation with the International Academy of the Charité, which is one of the biggest university hospitals in Europe. So, Mr. Geddes, please share your information with us.
Right, thank you, Elke, and thank you especially to iMOVE for making this possible today. And most of all, thank you to everybody for coming and listening to this today. So unfortunately, I can't see all of your faces. I like to speak to smiling faces usually, but that's not possible today. But it would be great to get your feedback at the end in the form of questions, or I'll leave my email addresses with you if you need to contact us. Okay, so let me tell you a bit about our organization. The organization Eurasia Institute for International Education. I founded in 1993, and we are a member of the organizations that you can see below on the screen. I hope you can all see the screen. So we are a member of FADAF, which is a quality organization for German language teaching. We are also a TELC examination center based in Berlin. So our physical organization is in Berlin. We are a member of the FDSV, Quality Language Learning Association. We are also a TELC center for university language preparation exams. And we are also a test DAF center, which is probably known to you who have studied in Germany or have friends studying in Germany. We are also certified according to the quality symbol of FDSV. So that's a DIN quality certification that we have. We've been going now we're on our 28th year, and we've helped more than 20,000 students and professionals to come to Germany, and in that time, obviously, to learn the German language. Students we helped come from more than 100 countries from all over the world. And what we are helping young people to do is to become successful and highly paid professionals in Germany, okay? So how do we go about doing that? Today we're going to be talking about the technical terminology for healthcare professionals from India, and especially the courses which we are offering. So the first thing is communication training for doctors. This is, I think, what 80 or 90% of you are interested in doing, as well as the preparation for the medical licensing exam. So those of you who are already at B2 or C1 level know the German Vorbereitung auf die Kenntnisstandsprüfung für ausländische Ärzte. The other thing that we're doing is exams and exam preparation for TELC B1, B2 nursing exam in German language, and also the B2 C1 medicine German exam. Okay, so those are the two exams specially offered by the organization TELC for qualifying in Germany. Okay, so in order to do the first two courses, you need to have already reached the level of B2. Now, I understand that quite a lot of you have already reached this level. If not, we also have the programs to help you qualify to get up to B2 level. So how do we do all this? Over the last quarter of a century, we've developed our own Smart Genius success formula, okay? And the success formula begins for all of our students or job candidates, begins with a scientific personal career assessment. We do this because we like to be sure that you are actually preparing yourself for the right thing, okay? Sometimes you get an idea, I want to do this and that in my profession, and this Harrison assessment will actually find out not just if you are qualified, but are you actually going to enjoy the profession that you've chosen, Okay, once we're sure of this, we go on to the second stage. So this is the stage where we help and mentor you to do the application process, the interview training, job placement. Step 3 is the super intensive blended language learning. Okay, so this takes part, you take part in our courses online. We also have offline courses. Okay, in Calcutta, we have our own small teaching and recruitment operation, okay, in Everest House for anybody who's in Calcutta. And I'll leave the contact address with you at the end. So we also support our candidates or students with the professional immigration and relocation support. So once you're in Germany, we help you with things like getting your blocked account sorted out, registration with the police, all the things that you basically need to survive, especially finding accommodation, which can be quite difficult. Okay, as your mentors, we also support you with the license recognition and final placement. And part of the career pathway for nurses and doctors, or for doctors, is actually carried out by our partner, the Charité International Academy in Berlin, which is the largest teaching hospital in Europe. Okay, so what better place to learn about the technical German language vocabulary than actually on situ in a hospital, teaching hospital. Okay, we also give you some basic information on your legal rights and obligations before you begin your professional career. Once you're completed with our course, we have quite an amazing alumni support, which can help you even after you started your new job. Okay, so we're there to help you to get from step 1 right up until the end. And again, our goal is for you to be successful here. One of the interesting things is that we have a so-called success guarantee integrated. That means that if after completing our super intensive German language courses, you don't manage to pass the exam the first time, you can also opt for the free repetition of a course. Okay, so we want everybody to be successful and happy and to enjoy your career. So this is our Smart Genius success formula. Going over to the details of the technical terminology courses. So the doctor's communication training basically involves the following subjects: healthcare and insurance systems in Germany, which may be very different to the ones in India. The medical vocabulary, obviously, which you need for everyday situations and treating patients. Clinical examinations, medical history, in which simulation patients are also used to train your conversational skills. Writing the medical reports, this is something which is extremely important because in working in German hospitals, you're expected to write very detailed medical reports on the patients. And obviously there, sometimes it's a case of life and death, so it needs to be very accurate. So here you're trained in writing the medical reports. Medical conversation skills, also presenting cases in German. Finally, you do a mock exam of the medical German examination of the Chamber of Physicians, the Fachsprachprüfung. Okay, so to become a fully registered doctor in Germany, you need to do the Fachsprachprüfung. It's no longer enough just to do the TELG exam. Okay, secondly, so the preparation for the medical licensing exam. This includes case-oriented development of the relevant technical terminology in internal medicine and surgery, physical examination techniques, case studies with experienced medical doctors, taking a medical history and physical examination with use of simulation patients, crash course in pharmacology, crash course in emergency medicine, an introduction to radiation protection, and finally a simulation of the medical licensing examination with mock exams and experienced examiners. Okay, so we're coming
So
to
please
the end
come to a close, Mr. Gaddis.
Yes, I am just coming to the last slide now.
Perfect.
So basically you can see we cover all the courses from A1 to C1. We do it online and also offline. The price structure is here. And yeah, you can, after a basic entrance test, we can tell you what your level is, and then we can tell you how many weeks it's going to take for you to complete the course. Okay, so the communication training for doctors and preparation for knowledge exam for doctors both take 4 weeks. The others take 5 weeks for each A level, and B1 takes 6 weeks, B2 and C1 take 8 weeks. Okay, so that's just a very short summary. Here you can see there are some amazing opportunities for doctors in Germany. This is an overview of the job market with average wages in each part of Germany. And bottom left, you can see our institute. We're based in the old Siemens headquarters in Berlin. So we are looking forward to seeing you. If anybody has any questions, you can send them to me. That's Andrew at apply@eie.eu or to our Kolkata office, kolkata@futuracampus.in. Okay,
Perfect.
so I'm available
Thank
for
you very
questions.
much.
If anybody has any further questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Katik, are there any questions for Mr. Gaddis from the audience?
Yes. I think slowly it will come in. But the first question is about, does these courses applies for dentists also?
Unfortunately, only for the ones at the Charité that are only available for doctors, not for dentists.
Only for doctors. Okay.
So the technical terminology, we are just offering for doctors right now. The other courses up to C1 level can be taken by dentists too, obviously, but not the technical ones.
Another question is, can we apply for communication training for doctors from India itself?
You can apply, yes, you can apply. And after application, you will get a confirmation of admission. And using the confirmation of admission, you can also apply for the visa, and then you can come and participate in the courses here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And can we apply after we get the B1 course certificate from Goethe Institute?
You can apply if you have B1, and then obviously you need to complete B2 in our program, which takes 8 weeks if you're hardworking and do all your assignments. Then you go on to do 8 weeks of C1, ideally, before doing the communication training and the preparation for the Fachsprachenprüfung, the Kenntnisstandsprüfung. Yeah, so altogether you should take about, let's say 6 months if you have B1 to complete those courses.
And is there any courses for homeopathy doctors? Or which is the examination for a homeopath to come and practice in Germany?
That's a very good question, which Courses can be offered for sure. The actual process for homeopathic doctors in Germany, I'm not 100% okay with that. I think that it is a little different for those who have studied human medicine. And it's, maybe somebody else can give a better answer to that question for homeopathic doctors.
Okay.
I would say we'll leave it at that. Yeah. So
Okay.
thank you very much
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
for the questions and for the answers. So our next panelist is Ms. Andrea Schmidt, who is responsible for the seminar management and for TELX exams. Can we have Mr. Schmidt on the screen, please? The BFZ International offers language courses for medical staff at the location in Munich since 2016. These courses also take place online since last year. Highly qualified and committed trainers with long-term experience facilitate a pass rate of over 98%. So here is a presentation. Here's Mr. Schmidt. So please, Mr. Schmidt, go ahead and present your training offer.
Good day and a good morning, very good morning for the Indian participants. I understood you're 4.5 hours back to our time, so it must be a very early morning for you, and I appreciate your coming to this webinar. My name is Andreas Schmidt and I am a seminar leader, it's an organizer and also a language teacher here at the BFZ in Munich. That's one of the larger vocational training centers, and we also do the further education in professional different professional fields. One of our main courses, sorry, I wanted to come to the next, to the next foliage, to the next, and there is, it does not function.
Mr. Schmidt, if you could try to put it on full screen for our audience, that would be wonderful. If you maybe click on von Beginn an on the left. Oh, yes. Yes, please. And then just one slide forward.
Yes. And now it should.
Wonderful. We are all set. Please carry on.
It's one too much. Okay. I want to introduce you our firm, our school, a little bit. As I told you, we are one of the larger schools for vocational training and further education in Bavaria. Bavaria is in the most southern state in Germany, with its capital Munich, and our seat is in Munich. We are teaching languages since 2005, especially for German courses for immigrants. And as you can see at the screen, we had over 21,000 participants in these courses since 2005. We offer courses for all CEFR levels, also the common European framework of reference for languages, and also for all professional purposes. Since 2016, we have been offering special language courses for academic healthcare professions. And so we offer separate courses for human medicine, for dentistry, and also for pharmacists. And that's really specialist courses with special educated staff and teachers, and also with dentists and doctors, medical doctors and pharmacists for your preparation for the examination. Our lessons have three main objectives. The first objective is the expansion of language skills from CFR level B2 to C1. You need only B2 to apply, but you should have the level C1 for passing the examination. We also think that teaching language skills for everyday working life is a very important part of these courses, because you don't only talk to your colleagues in professional language, but you will every day a little bit chit chat with your colleagues. And the third objective is the successful, naturally, the successful passing of the technical language examination at the professional chambers, and that are the medical association, the dental association, and also the chamber of pharmacists. What do you have to bring with you if you want to apply for the approbation procedure? The requirements are as follow: the completed studies of medicine or dentistry or pharmacy in your own country, the level B2, the CEFR level B2 in German language. Then after that, the specific language exam, the examination, we prepare for that. And that past examination allows you to work for 2 years in Germany as a medical doctor, dentist, or pharmacist. And after that, you will go to the professional knowledge examination, and that's also to pass, so you can stay as a doctor or pharmacist in Germany. This technical language examination requires 3 parts of let's say it has 3 parts as for the examination. The first part is a doctor-patient interview, so you will tell the anamnesis and clarification of that and further procedure. The second part is the doctor's letter, a written presentation of a case in specialist terminology. It was said recently that that's very, very important in Germany, especially in hospitals. And the last part is a doctor-doctor discussion. So it's a collegial expert discussion about the case at hand. What does this examination require in language skills? The medical or pharmaceutical terminology, the used conventions of written and oral communication, understanding the disorders formulated in everyday language, because the normal patient will not talk with you in technical language or medical language. They will use the everyday language. The explanation of diagnostics findings diagnostic findings, sorry, understandable for laypersons, ability to distinguish between everyday language and technical language, the understanding and reproduction of descriptions of medical cases, written professional communication, and that's form, style, and the most used abbreviations. And especially for the pharmacists, understanding and describing prescriptions. Depending of your current place of residence, we can offer different type of courses. I start with, if your place of residence is in Bavaria, then we can offer professional language courses. They are funded by the Federal Office for Migration and Refugees and are cost-free, because the Federal Office will pay for this course. And it's about 400 units. That's usually 4 months. The next possibility is the Competence Center for Medicine that is promoted by the Job Center, the German Job Center. And it's built up in modules, it's modular, and it depends on what modular you are taking. So it's between 120 and 800 units in total. Also, these courses are paid by the state. And the third possibility is, of course, self-paying courses.
Mr. Schmidt, your time is almost up.
Oh, so I try to. Okay. If you live abroad, you have to self-pay the courses, but online courses via Microsoft Teams. These courses have a scope of 400 units, usually are Monday to Friday, 5 units a day. 1 unit is about 45 minutes. The price is €8 per unit. That sums up to about 3,200 euros per course. In every course are 12 to 16 students. We offer the top qualified teaching staff. We are also, our language teachers have a medical background, and we have doctors who prepare you for the examinations. Many years of experience since 2016 in this special case, and very high passing rates. About 98% of our students passed the examination up to now. And also a personal support for your personal needs, for visa, for everything of your everyday life. We try to help you. For participation, you will need a language level B2 and completed university studies. Because I'm not the person who organized these medical courses, I please contact my colleague, Mrs. Maria Bach. You can see her email address and her telephone number. I think contact via email could be the best for both sides.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Schmidt. And I would now like to ask Kartik if there are any questions for Mr. Schmidt from the audience.
Yes, there are a couple of questions. One is that a participant has mentioned that I have applied for a promotion in Bavaria, if I want to take a FSP course at BFZ with the help of funding, should I be physically present in Munich, or I can apply from any state in Germany?
You could, you have to have your residence in Germany, general. Usually it's more convenient to be in Munich or in the larger region of Munich. But we have courses, online courses also, and so I think it could be possible to be in Germany, but not in Bavaria. But I think that's a question you should discuss with Maria Bach, because she's the specialist for this special cases, and she will give you a valid answer.
Thank you. And there are two more small questions. Can I apply for a state-paid course if I am in Germany and working with Berufserlaubnis in Germany?
I didn't understand the last part of the sentence, please. Could you repeat?
Can I apply for a state-paid course if I am in Germany and working with Berufserlaubnis in Germany?
Usually you can, if your prerequisites are according to the if your B2 level is there and you have your finished university studies, so you should be able to apply for the state-paid courses.
Okay, thank you. And one more question. I have completed my B2 level 2 years back. And will my certificate still valid?
Usually, for a next level course, you have to repeat the test, but we could do it with a test here for testing your language skills, and I think the certificate could be valid. But that's also a good question for Mrs. Bach. Sorry for not being the specialist.
Thank you. There are a couple of more questions, but paucity of time, we will ask the experts to respond later. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much, Mr. Schmidt. Thank you for the questions and thank you for the answers as well. So our next panelist is Mrs. Schmidt from the Sprachzentrale in Leipzig. She's the owner of this language school, and the Sprachzentrale in Leipzig is specialized in tailor-made, practice-oriented language courses with individually adaptable learning concepts. And these vary according to the requirements, the needs, the desires, and the possibilities of the trainees. And the Sprachzentrale Leipzig is experienced in catering to participants from various Asian countries. So, Mrs. Schmidt, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. And that was two. Thank you very much, and thank you for this wonderful event. Thank you for the invitation as well. And I would also like to thank you to the prior panelists who already gave a lot of information and also explained the academic health courses already. My name is Francesca Schmidt. I'm the owner of the Sprachzentrale Leipzig, as Mrs. Demchuk already said. I'm from Leipzig. Leipzig, a science and music city. The city was one of the oldest universities in Germany with 30,000 students. It has been rated as the most livable city of Germany and also Germany's boomtown, and it was already listed in 2020 by the New York Times as one of the 52 places to go. This is where we are in Leipzig. We are a smaller independent language school, and I founded the language school in 2002, so we are doing language training for almost 20 years. I founded the institution out of the idea to offer really individual language programs for international organizations and also for programs. So we are not really doing level classes and courses. We more design specific language learning programs for organizations or companies or private persons. In the last years, we really could develop from a typical language center to this very specialized international center. And we are focusing and have been focusing within the last 10 years more and more in leadership training. Yes, I forgot to change the slide. Who are we? We have premises that are professionally equipped, nice rooms, cozy rooms. It is really important for us that the students and language learners feel good, and that's why we have a private atmosphere, and we are located in the middle of Leipzig. We also have modern, but really modern technical equipment for our online training. And also for online training, we guarantee 100% tailor-made language program. We are established, and as a owner-managed and quite small language school, we can offer really all services out of one hand. We are reliable, and this also guarantees short communication paths, quick decisions, and a comprehensive service, which is, well, guidance and advice is really important for us. Our language training is unique, I think, because of this custom-made concepts. So that's when someone is coming to us and explains us what he or she or the organizations wants to learn and what objectives they have, we specially design the language learning for each group. We focus, that's why we focus on every individual language learner, and we only have classes in small groups up to 12 people, normally up to 10, and for the online classes, especially for the medicals, it's 4 to 8 people, because I think that this is the most effective way. Our trainer team is carefully selected. We have been a team for a long time. Of course, sometimes the trainer change, but we are all really experienced, certified, and professional. We offer comprehensive, we have a comprehensive experience in digital, blended, and total immersion learning. We are effective. This is given to the individual course design. Intercultural learning is really important for us. It is made really easy because within the last years we had customers, language learners from every continent and from 100 countries. Our special focus is in Asia, different countries, but also Southern America or Africa. We design a holistic learning, which means that it is really important for us that you learn with all of your senses. that makes learning faster and long time and sustainable. We have a good organized local network. We have a cooperation with practitioners, experts, industry, and especially for the medical classes, we cooperate with and are in good contact with the medical board, hospitals, surgeries, doctors. And they also help us to guarantee that our classes are really offering what you need. And last but not least, our training is exciting and fun. What we offer the normal language training from the very beginning up to the highest level, to C2, leadership, business, language training, technical language learning training, which plays a major role, increasing role for natural scientists, healthcare professionals, and professionals in engineering. So we did technical training for renewable energy, water management, nurses, doctors, and all the STEM fields. We also do study preparation courses that are really important for us. And in these classes, we bring you to the level B2 and C1. And most of the times they end with a test exam. But we also offer TELC C1, Hochschule, and the DSH training. We believe that the alternative way of learning is really important as well. That's why we focus on excursions, projects, project work, internship class combination, which works like a dual system. And also we do complex role plays, which play a major part in the medical classes. And we also do have developed a specialist needs language trainer class, which is a team training system. In this, we can guarantee that the technical language is really up to date and the pedagogical side is also up to date and combines well. We also offer language events, camps, and sometimes especially for companies, hotel week and seminars. Sorry. Not only due to the pandemic, because also before we did online classes already, but within the last years we have been online all the time due to the pandemic, and this experience showed us that online is not just second choice. Of course, offline and real face-to-face training, you can't replace it, but online classes showed that they are effective as well if they are done with high quality and mainly live classes. The experience with our students, especially for the study prep classes, showed that if students have to learn too much on their own, then this could be critical because the self-effort needs and the self-motivation needs to be really, really good. Otherwise, they can show deficits. And this is why we only or mainly do live classes in combination with other digital techniques, apps, programs, which is a mix. Of course, they are communicative and again, holistic. And it showed within the last year that if we combine the traditional offline and online techniques really well, then you can really get effective and really successful learning, which shows our efficiency quote of also 95 up to 98%, depending on the class. The training for academic healthcare professionals. Here's the example for the FSP, die Fachsprachenprüfung. In Saxony, you need to go to the regional medical council. The TELC exam will not be accepted. The basis level is B2. So within these classes, and here I'm here to talk about the online offer I would like to introduce to you. So this class is digital, online, and again, a combination of live classes and other sources. And it prepares, brings you to the level C1. And of course, the focus are the doctor-to-doctor conversation, the medical report, doctor-to-patient conversation, and it includes all the topics Mr. Schmidt, yes, Mr. Schmidt has explained very well. Thank you.
Please come to an end, Mrs. Schmidt. Thank
okay,
you.
Sorry. So how do we reach these ambitious skills? The normal vocabulary learning strategies. We do lots of video techniques in our classes, step-by-step role plays at the beginning, and then authentic role plays in the end, also with professionals, doctors, medical students. So we all integrate them. It's about talks, feedback, revision of professionals. We do lots of mock exams, excursions to hospitals, to surgeries, and if you are situated and already relocated to Germany, then internship. For the 100% online training, you can see our offer, which is 3 offers actually. If you're at home, you might be still working. That's why we offer you a part-time program, or this program shorter for more or less full-time, and also the intensive classes, academic medicals, with 350 units, 1 unit 45 minutes, 5 units a day, and also one-to-one exam training with German doctors or dentists. We do not already offer pharmacists, training for pharmacists, but we are currently developing a program because there is a major shortage, skill shortage in this field, and this is why pharmacists also ask us to create a class. Thank you for listening and see you soon.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Schmidt, for your presentation. And the question to Kartik, are there questions from the audience for Mrs. Schmidt?
Yes, yes. There are some specific questions and some general questions. As a part of an alternative way of learning, is some type of hospitation possible? I reside in Berlin and I am a dentist.
Hospitation in combination with a language course would be possible, because we can, if we create this plus program, then yes, it would be possible. Yes, but you will, the student that placed the question, please contact me and write an email, and then I can answer more precisely.
Thank you. And this is the question which is for all the experts, asked by one of the participants, is that can the providers share their evaluation reports on how many students have successfully passed the Fachsprachenprüfung? What is the passing rate, usual passing rate of candidates?
In numbers, I can't really tell you, but
in percentage,
we have small classes, as I already said, so out of 20, maximum 1, but in the last times, all passed, I have to say.
Okay. So probability is that the majority can pass.
Quite a smaller institution. I can't tell you we have 200 participants and 1 or 2 did not pass, because it's really small numbers for our program. Yeah. Yes.
I think we are through with the specific questions to Ms. Smith.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. And you do have all the contacts details of the 4 panelists and the 4 different training providers. So please feel free, if you have further questions, to approach them, and you can do it also via iMOVE or via ProRecognition. Okay, so our event is coming to an end now. When you leave, we would like to ask you one single question, and this is: how did you like the VAT on the MOVE presentation on technical terminology? You will get these 4 questions right when you leave the event. The first answer would be: the presentations were interesting and useful for me. The second one: the presentations might be of interest for me in the future. The third one would be: I plan to contact the training providers for further information after the event. And the fourth: the event has increased my motivation to seek a job as an academic healthcare professional in Germany. These are our questions. And I would now like to thank all the panelists and the audience for being with us today and for sharing information and questions. And I would like also to thank Sapna from the Indo-German Chamber for being the co-host today, and my colleagues Sylvia, Kartik and Peter for organizing and conducting this event together with me. As I already said, if you do have further questions, or if you want to get in contact with today's panelists, please do not hesitate to contact us. And both iMOVE and the ProRecognition program are looking forward to hearing from you soon, and we will keep you updated on training made in Germany on our website imove-germany.de, and for the ProRecognition program on ProRecognition.in. The whole iMOVE team and the ProRecognition program of the Indo-German Chamber send kind regards to everybody of you. Please stay safe. Please stay safe and healthy. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for attending.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.